Into a primitive organic garden today. Today isn't a good day. Today is day 1 of storms. We're approaching 5 days of storms. We might get one nice day Saturday, but we're getting thunderstorms today, tomorrow, the next day, the day after, and the day after that. I've been gardening this location here on and off for nearly a decade now. Never in all my years of growing here has my shed flooded. I looked on the National Weather Service map the other day, the geo map. My garden is 2 feet above sea level. People want to run around talking about climate change isn't real. My shed is flooded. I got water in the shed. The lawnmower is done gonna rust out. I transplanted a massive tomato plant over here the other day. This tomato plant is now 6 inches underwater. I'm gonna start taking depth readings. I just need to start farming rice. This whole area used to be underwater. The Cooper River, the way the crow flies, the Cooper River is only 2 miles from here. And if you do some diving in the Cooper River, you can find megalodon shark teeth. This area will return to that type of condition. I don't understand why anybody settled here. This is a stupid place to live. This is a swamp. 2 feet above sea level. 2 miles from the river that opens into the open ocean. With climate change current projections, New York City's gonna be underwater, Miami's gonna be underwater. Yeah, I heard all about that. My city's underwater now. I'm gonna have fish swimming around in the backyard pretty soon. I can't grow anything like this anymore. I gotta grow everything in buckets because I just got feet and feet of water everywhere. I'm doing passive hydroponics here. I got tomatoes just sitting in 10 inches of water. And this is day 1 of 5 days worth of storms. I ought to just give up. This loquat tree's hanging on. This tree don't mind being underwater. It's a tropical tree. Everything is just swimming. Look at this hydroponic okra. Woo! Ooh, look at these tomatoes. Better pick them before they're underwater. Oh, I got fire ants all over my feet because the fire ants mounds are all flooded and the fire ants are just swimming. Look at this, y'all. Okay, Donald Trump said climate change ain't real. Nope, no climate change. No such thing as climate change. Sea level rise is just a myth. The planet is not warming. The seas are not rising. Weather events are not getting more extreme and insane. Climate change is just a hoax made up by the Chinese government to derail American manufacturing. This is my garden, y'all. This was a corn patch earlier this year. I've been gardening here for 10 years and this has never, ever happened. Day 1, 5 days worth of storms. I can't wait to see what this looks like day 5. This is just stupid. Every city on the East Coast is going to look like this soon enough. I read in the paper the other day my city's about to spend $100 million to build 2 extra half feet of seawall in order to keep out the rising seas. $100 million for 2.5 feet. What does that buy us? Another 10 years? So then 10 years down the road, when the seas have risen another 2.5 feet, then what do? Spend another $100 million to raise it 2.5 more feet? Climate change ain't real, said Donald Trump. Just a hoax made up by the Chinese government to derail American manufacturing. This was supposed to be my gigantic pumpkin this year, Dill's Giant Atlantic. It's probably gonna die sitting in water like everything else. stupid. This was gonna be a nice yellow pear tomato. I had chocolate habaneros in here. I had buctolochias, Carolina Reapers, Scotch bonnets, all kinds of good stuff. I'm just gonna plant nothing but rice. It's gonna be a rice and mint plantation soon enough. We already got West Nile in this state. They just found some bro in Hilton Head with West Nile, detected West Nile and populations of mosquitoes in Beaufort County, up in Columbia. You know, pretty soon we're gonna have all sorts of crazy tropical diseases. But you know, I should just be positive because it means we're gonna be growing avocados. I got citrus trees. I'm not gonna have to bring my citrus trees in this year. I can leave my citrus trees out all year long at this rate. Gonna be growing avocados. Gonna be growing all kinds of stuff. But you know, I'm keeping on. You know, despite everything being underwater, I'm still eating, y'all. That's resilience. In traditional ecological theory, diversity is resilience. You know, I plant dozens of varieties of tomatoes, plant them in all different styles, you know, in the ground, in raised beds, in pots, in 5-gallon buckets, in hugelkultur mounds. You know, even if everything else is flooded, something's gonna make it. You know, this is my hugelkultur plot, and yeah, I got tomatoes in the hugelkultur. Some of them are even rotten, but yeah, if you plant plants, you know, enough different types of plants, and you plant them enough different ways, independent of whatever types of, you know, stresses you get, whether it's storms or change in temperatures or wildlife damage, if you plant enough different things and you plant them enough different ways, you will always have something. Even under the worst, you know, pest pressures and the worst of storms,